What's up, folks? How are you doing? Good morning. Welcome back to Football Digest Daily. My name is Nyash, as always, getting to serve you some footballing juice this morning, checking what has been popping in the world of football for the last 48 hours since I was last year on Monday. Yeah, I hope Wednesday now peleka vizuri. It's a good one, like you can see. It's a lovely one. It's a lovely morning. All right. So since Monday, we have had Arsenal taking on Newcastle. Yeah, for a match week 19 match, which was the only one which has not happened over the weekend, of course, besides Aston Villa Everton. And we won that game 3-0. And yeah, Monday was very happy. I'm still very happy. I was elated on Monday and Tuesday. Sai nimetulia. Sai I'm actually more excited about not our result, but of a result of another match that happened yesterday. We all know which one, don't we? So yeah, we were playing against Newcastle. We won 3-0. Aubameyang back against back scoring again. He scored a brace. I was not believing that Aubameyang amefunga a brace. You know, actually in that game, some point in time after first half nilikuwa like tutoe tu Oba, please. Si kwa ubaya, si kwa bad, but Oba tu atoke, tuweke Martinelli. Yo, nikaa alisikia venye so alikuwa anasema Joju, yay, the second half alianza tu na ubaya. You know, he had a couple of chances in the first half and I was feeling like, you know, it's Aubameyang. He's our best striker without a doubt. So we can't just keep him out, right? And we have to feed him those chances so that he can try and score. And he did try to score. We did give him a lot of chances in the first half. And alipiga post ya kwanza, akapiga post the other side. Aligonga post mara mbili, different posts in the first half. Kuna ingine haula alipiga juu. So of course we did try to give him something, and he did try to score. And that's how it's supposed to be. Apewe moba, jaribu until afunge. Thank God he did that in the second half. Fantastic goal in the second half. Actually the first one. Lakini ya kwanza kitu, besides the finish which was top notch, how it was created. Thomas Partey. Gee, man. That pass, your pass ilikuwa mafuta. Pass mafuta. Fantastic pass by the way from Thomas Partey. And I felt like in the first half he was, especially in the first beats, like in the first 25 minutes alikuwa a bit slow in my opinion, and then the second half, the second 25 minutes he just started growing into the game, or the second 20 minutes just started growing into the game slowly but surely. But how he started performing the second half, yeye nilijua tu amecome to life sasa, amecome to life. And there's a Thomas Partey, by the way, who has only played 2 full matches at Arsenal. We have to remember that. So no matter how crazy this may sound, he honestly feels like a new signing. He does, and I can't wait to see him playing akiwa na like full match fitness. And akiwa amecheza game 2-3 hivi, sasa ako ready to rumble because itakuwa more fire. Itakuwa more fire. And then the second goal was a fantastic goal, another goal made from hell end. Yeah, Bukayo Saka being banging the goal made by Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe, for me, who, by the way, I know this is maybe a bit outrageous to some people, but Smith Rowe, your game mazeli inipea vibes za Jack Grealish. Si uongo. Angada tu kwanza Smith Rowe venye ushaiona akiwa na shin guards. Smith Rowe achezangi na shin guards, ni knuckle to knuckle, twende. Muundi. Inaitwa muundi wa miguu ama inaitangwa aje. You know, and he was all over the pitch, man. Up and down, making the right passes, carrying the ball from deep, making those runs in the final third, creating chances for guys, as in Smith Rowe, man. And then I read an article of him yesterday on Sky Sports. His manager when he was at Huddersfield, alikuwa anaitwaje, Davidson or something. I mean, he was talking about how Smith Rowe is a go-getter, how he's always trying to train hard in training, trying to be the best in training. And Danny Simpson actually was talking about Smith Rowe and how he was impressed by Smith Rowe when he was at Huddersfield. Alikuwa ametoka injury and then napatana na this guy when amesign hata ya juu ni nani, anamuuliza how is he doing, and Smith Rowe was telling Simpson, you know what, we're happy to have you back. Simpson was like, what the hell is this guy? As in, he was so confident among his seniors, you could actually tell there's something about this guy. Yeah, and then his performances on the pitch. Smith Rowe, man, yo. He's for me, I feel like he's gonna influence how we're gonna make those signings January, si uongo. Because anaka already nikame clinch your number 10 na amekataa nayo. He's doing quite good. So he set up Bukayo Saka for the second goal, and then Aubameyang scored his brace courtesy of Cedric Suarez, who is another person who had a fantastic game on Monday. Suarez, niliona Suarez tu hivi akicheza hata nikasahau kuna mtu kama Bellerin. Suarez bana, Suarez. And that for me is why I love Suarez. I'm a big fan of Suarez. I was happy when he signed him. I just feel like in those previous games hakuwa anaonyesha venye anafaa kucheza, venye anachezanga, because I used to see Suarez at Southampton. I saw him. I saw Suarez playing for Portugal and they won the Euro 2016. I was seeing him. So nilikuwa jua Suarez ni hatari, but he just hadn't kicked at Arsenal and he kicked against Newcastle. Man, alikuwa nipea vibes za Kafu. For that game, that one game, alicheza Kafu si wango. He was fantastic. He set up Aubameyang for the third goal, and Aubameyang helped himself to a brace, and boom, just like that, we are off the bottom half and back to the top half. Kwa kuniambia sijui bottom half ni nini, hizo story tumeacha, zimeisha. Arsenal story ya bottom half, done, kaput. So you're back to the top half now. Let's see what they're gonna say now. I'm sure now they're gonna say mko bottom of the first half. Mko bottom of the top half. Yeah, they always find something to say. They always do. So yeah, that was that. Then on Tuesday, which is yesterday, we had West Ham taking on what did you call this team? West Brom, which West Ham won that game. West Ham just won't go away, would they? They just won't go away. Now they are all the way up to, is it 7th, the Premier League table? Yes, 7th. The Premier League table with 32 points. Then after that, we had the big clash of the night. That is Leicester City taking on Chelsea. Yeah, the 200 million pounds boys. And I told you, Chelsea, again, I repeat, Chelsea after spend 200 almost 50 million pounds, kila mtu atakuwa anaangalia hivi. And that is exactly what we've been doing. And we are seeing what you guys are doing. Flopping. That is exactly what you guys are. Chelsea wananifurahisha. Chelsea walishika ile baton ya Arsenal ya kuchukua L sasa. Shikeni. Tuliwaachia hiyo. Sasa ni kuenda tu wanaenda nayo hii teke. Na ni kama wanataka kuachia, wanabishana sasa na Liverpool, nani atapewa next. Yeah. So they were playing against Leicester City. Leicester City were clearly head and shoulders by miles the better team yesterday. They deserve absolutely to get the win that they did. Chelsea lost that game 2-0. Likes of Timo Werner, they just can't score. Nilikuwa nashanga Lampard ameamua kuanzisha Abraham. Abraham did nothing in that game. Hakuna kitu Abraham hakuna kitu Abraham alifanya kwa hiyo game, man. Nothing. And then he brought on what do you call him? Then he brought on Timo Werner, who just can't score to save his fucking life. And Kai Havertz also started that game. He did absolutely nothing. Chelsea are in the goddamn mud. And nikushuka wanashuka sasa terribly. Wanashuka vibaya, design nyingine ya noma. And now of course the pressure is very high on Lampard. I don't know if he's gonna get sacked. If he gets sacked, that'll be alright with me. I got no problem with that. Atakuwa tu amewin the sack race, like we predicted. So yeah, it's terrible times for Chelsea, and that game made me think twice about Leicester. Leicester itabidi tuwaogope. Now they're top of the Premier League table with 38 points. I know teams like Manchester City might also go top with the same amount of points, but for now, Leicester City ndio wako top of the Premier League and they are playing really well. Leicester wako fiti bana. Leicester wako fine. Harvey Barnes, likes of Madison. Jimmy Vardy did not even score yesterday. He didn't even score in their previous game when they won 2-0. Yeah. So, I mean, Leicester are going about their business quite well. And they're, of course, definitely title contenders. I feel for me they are title contenders for sure. They're doing quite well. Alright? So that's what was popping yesterday as Chelsea were getting walloped by Leicester City. And that's just about it. Timo Werner again and Kai Havertz, they still can't score. It's not Lampard's fault that the two can't score. I don't feel it's his fault. It's not. It's his fault leaving guys like Giroud out, who have been playing quite well for Chelsea. Giroud have been the top scorer since January 2018. So why he's being left out, I have no idea. Yeah, and he always comes through for Chelsea every other time. So sijui ni nini Lampard anafanya na Giroud. Kwa sasa maybe atamuanzisha game za FA washinde. Kwa ligi amweke bench. I don't know, hapo wanafanya some crazy choices. Of course Chelsea are still missing the services of Kante, yeah, who's out, and you could feel maybe that's a big blow for them. Kovacic jana, hiyo midfield by the way ingekuwa overrun maybe every other team in the Premier League. Hiyo midfield haikuwa convincing. Kai Havertz, Mason Mount na Kovacic. Ai, hapo mtateswa. Si uongo, mtateswa. Mendy siku hizi ni kuzitoa tu from the back of the net. His goalkeeping capabilities siku hizi zimekuwa ni more of capabilities. Inakaa nikao walichukua Kepa wakampaka dye kwa uso na kwa nywele akakuwa mweusi. Ai, Mendy, hey. Anaziokota ndani sana siku hizi kwa Premier League. It's kind of unusual. Yeah, so that's just about that. So today we have 2 more games. We have Manchester United taking, actually the first game is between Manchester City and Aston Villa, which I think is going to be a heck of a cracker. I'm waiting to see. Naomba tu Manchester City wacheze kama wao wakulisha wa CL rahisi. Then after that we have Fulham versus Manchester United, a game which I think United will win this one. Sioni kama wanaweza shtuliwa na Fulham. Sioni. If they do, that would be a shocker. All right, then let's now check the transfers. Oh, also in the Premier League, in the Kenya Premier League, midweek kulikuwa na Gor Mahia walikuwa wanacheza against is it Western Stima, they won 3-1. Also kulikuwa na game, I think zilichezwa on Monday, yes. We also had Mathare United taking on Zoo Kericho and they won that game I think 2-0. In the Premier League standings, Gor wameruka all the way to number 8 in the Premier League. Yeah, so they're doing all right. Then now at the top we have Tusker FC. Come on you Brewers wanaongoza pale. KCB walishuka courtesy of the L they took against AFC Leopards, and that is very good news. And yeah, Tusker sasa wako kileleni pale of the Kenya Premier League standings. All right, so let's check some of the transfer news that is worth the salt, or some news that maybe have bypassed you. Yeah. Tomori is, like I reported in the earlier digest, I think sometime last week. Fikao Tomori is going to be joining Chelsea. He's going to be leaving Chelsea from Chelsea to AC Milan on loan, but with an option to buy. We shall see if they shall activate that option to buy, but I think that would be a good acquisition for AC Milan. As you can know by the Fikao Tomori apatang game time Chelsea sijui. I don't know why. Na sahi Chelsea by the naona partnership out the back squeezing ni Rudiger na Silva. Yani kama sijui Zuma what happened to him, but anakaa kando. Then David Alaba will be joining Real Madrid from Bayern Munich. Well, Bayern Munich will be selling David Alaba. Actually, he'll be leaving on free as a free agent come summer, and he's very much interested in going to Real Madrid, but he has not yet decided yet, and Real Madrid want him. So that might just happen in a few days. Crystal Palace have signed striker anaitwa Mateta. Acha tuopa atakuwa Matata in the Premier League. Tottenham also, they are interested in the services of Eriksen, but not fully decided. Inter Milan wanna play hardball. Wanasema lazima ulipe loan fee na ulipe all the salary, all the wages that he earns in the next 6 months. Seems like that's something Tottenham are not willing to do. Something also to do with Tottenham that they're not maybe willing to entirely do is sell Della. Now PSG are interested in his services. Of course Pochettino, tunajua Pochettino, Della, match made in heaven. So yeah, PSG are interested in his services. Let's see if that's going to happen before the window closes. Bellerin is also being looked at by PSG. It was reported, I think, on Monday that he might be leaving, or PSG are interested in his services. Hapo tutaona. Juu tunajua pia Barcelona wamekuwa wakimdai. Then Phil Neville left his role as the head coach of England women's national football team to go and join Inter Miami in Miami, the club owned by David Beckham. And yeah, he's going to be their next head coach, and I'm sure hapo pesa zilicheza. So those are the transfer news that are worth keeping an eye on, and some of them have happened, some will be happening maybe in the course of the week or in the next 2 weeks. All right, some FYI. This one will shock you. Yeah, is how they say the last some 10 points I will not talk about in Football Digest Daily. The last one will shock you. Now, I have seen some article on Sky Sports saying how the Colorblind Awareness Association of England, they are unhappy over how Liverpool and Manchester United took their game, especially the jerseys that they wore. Yeah, some colorblind fans could not distinguish between the two teams. Kuna watu walikuwa very confused out of that game, and they are very unhappy. I'm like, red and black ilikuwa confusing. I didn't see anything confusing in that game, but then I realized maybe I'm not actually colorblind. So there are people who are colorblind in the UK, and the UK and the Premier League actually, the Premier League teams report 10 days to the match, the jerseys they're gonna be wearing in that match, so that the Premier League can iron them out. Na waambianga hizi jersey kidogo kwa sababu colorblind hii haiwezi. So apparently it's like Liverpool and Manchester United disregarded that, because people who have this strain of red green, crazy red greens doing red black strain of color blindness. Waliteseka sana hiyo game ya Liverpool na Manchester United in the UK. So they are very unhappy. The association CEO is quite unhappy and displeased by how Liverpool and Manchester United went about their business. And I'm like, wow, thank God. Kuna watu waliona hiyo color ikiwa color blinding, as in they could not distinguish between Manchester United and Liverpool. Thank God, mimi niko poa. Mimi niko poa. Some of those problems, but this is again, these are first world problems, I would say. Honestly, I don't want to say that, like, I don't see how you get confused between red and black, but it is what it is. And weirdly, the Manchester United jersey yenye alikuwa amevaa inaita black, I think inakuwa categorized as earth green. Yeah, so when you're kona color blindness ya red and green and red and black, waliteseka sana hiyo game apparently. Crazy shit happening in the UK, man. Yeah, I just thought you should know. That's all there is to digest today. Have a fantastic day. Don't forget, as always, to take care of yourself. Mask up, sanitize. If you're watching this on YouTube, kindly like and subscribe. Have a good day, guys.